Hello ladies and gentlemen, Mark Joseph here once again, and welcome to another one of those birthday vlogs on GameboyTV as we celebrate a brand new season on YouTube. This year marks the 8th season of GameboyTV, and as you saw in the introduction, a brand new variation of the GameboyTV logo. This time the letters TV is in indigo, while the level design on top of the Game Boy refers to the end of a stage in Super Mario with the stairway blocks and the flagpole. Also on the bottom right hand corner is the updated YouTube logo when they changed it several months ago. So today's video will talk specifically about one thing that I sort of overlooked for a while now, and that is my theme song, Let's Go Gaming. It's fascinating, in my opinion, to think that it's been almost 5 years since debuting the theme during the 3rd season of GameboyTV, which was the 2013-14 year. So this video is not going to be so much the music theory behind it as much as it is why the theme song sounds like it is. If there is enough interest out there, I'll be glad to make a full tutorial on how you at home can play Let's Go Gaming. So, the first 2 years of existence on YouTube, I wanted to have music as part of my intro and outro, you know, to go along with the logo. But I never attempted to compose prior to writing this theme. So, at the time, the song that would be heard was the second part of the Mario Kart Wii credits. If you watch my very terrible Let's Play of New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the 3DS from 2012, you'll hear it. When I filmed vacation videos prior to 2014, I used another theme song from Mario Kart Wii, and that was the Daisy Circuit theme, because it was very tropical and, well, vacation-y. The problem with using songs from Mario games was that while there are sites which you can legally download these tracks as an MP3 file for your iPod, I run the risk of copyright infringement. Now granted, the only consequence was just having an ad appear right next to the video, but still, I wanted to compose an original song that will be synonymous with my channel and exactly what direction I wanted to send this channel in. So for Christmas of 2013, I got a Yamaha PSR-E433 keyboard from my parents. It was one of the best Christmas gifts I could ever get besides the Nintendo Switch. Basically, I finally had a keyboard that I could take to any place, as well as having the ability to experiment with different sounds. So, I found a synth voice on the keyboard, setting number 158, called RS Ramp Lead. At least that's what it says on the display. The original sound itself doesn't sound anything remotely 8-bit until I played around with the live control knobs. On the first category, which is filter, knob A controls the cutoff and knob B controls the resonance. Turning knob A to the left makes the sound muffled as if it was underwater, but when I turned all the way to the right, that's where you get the 8-bit sound. I would rather create real 8-bit music the proper way, but I don't have the equipment nor the money to afford that at this time. But anyway, being able to create that sound, or emulate that sound, excited me quite a bit, as you can imagine. GameboyTV, a channel very Nintendo-inspired, with an original theme song using the most ubiquitous sound of classic video gaming. The next task was to create that upbeat and catchy tune. So with composing not being my strength, I opted to go for the standard pop progression, 1-6-2-5. Again, I'll maybe make a separate video on the song structure one day. But anyway, it needed to be something that I wanted my viewers to enjoy and remember for the rest of their lives. Just like how everyone knows the theme song to Jeopardy, or Cheers, and Full House, I wanted my theme song to have that same effect. So it needed to be simple, but have a degree of complexity so that it doesn't sound too generic. And this is what I came up with. My first demo, which was recorded on a very old phone like this on December 27th, 2013. I tried to transfer the videos from my phone to the laptop so that I can edit it on the Movie Maker, but for some reason I can't. So we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Hope you can hear the sound very well, so I'm going to put this phone right near the camera, and I'm going to let you enjoy the first demo of Let's Go Gaming. Pretty neat, right? So for a few days after that, I worked on figuring out how to play drums on my keyboard and create a drum pattern for the song. So the first version of the theme, which was released onto the channel on January 14th, 2014, only had the 8-bit synth carrying the melody and drums. Take a listen. I have to be honest with you. At the time of composing this song, the world was simmering down from the Gangnam Style fever. You remember that dance trend, right? Back in 2012? That was the video that set new boundaries for how many views one YouTube video can get. Now granted, today reaching 1 billion views is not impossible, but back then, that was unheard of. Especially with how fast it took for that to happen, for that milestone to happen. Everywhere you went, people were doing the dance, even when they were not at a party. When I composed Let's Go Gaming, I actually wanted it to be the next big dance trend. Pretty tall order considering this is a theme song and not a song made to be commercialized, but I just couldn't stand seeing people keep doing the Gangnam Style over and over again that I was bold enough to exclaim that my theme song will be the subject of the next big dance trend. Now, as great as version 1.0 was, I never used it too much because I was, number one, too focused on refining the song over and over again until I was completely satisfied. I mean, you know how musicians are. We always strive to be perfectionists. But also at the same time, it was in the middle of college, and my second year of college actually, and I was more focused on being a music major than on Game Boy TV. But in the months following the first version of Let's Go Gaming, I created another variation to be used in the intro and outro. This one is a much shorter version of the theme, and this time features piano. You saw it right there, folks. Yes, a sub-variation. A variation of a variation, pretty much. So remember what I said about how this theme sounds simple, but yet has a degree of complexity? Well, this is it. So the melody that was played by the 8-bit synth in the first theme has been replaced by the piano. But as you heard in the sub-variation, the main melody on the piano acted as an accompaniment to a brand new melody using the 8-bit synth. And to me, I always found that amazing, that I can interchange the main melody to be an accompanying part. It just means that I finally have plenty of options when it comes to future remixes. And so this leads to the official version of Let's Go Gaming, uploaded on July 15th, 2014. Have a listen. Gameplays edition of Tomodachi Life, which was my longest Let's Play to date, with over 120 videos, features this version of the theme song. Just like the shortened variation I mentioned a moment ago, there is also a version of the full theme without the lead 8-bit synth, but I won't show it on here since this video has already become very long as it is. But anyway, this part is going to go pretty fast now that I explained the gist of the history behind the theme song. This next variation is a reggae remix with the vibraphone taking the lead role. The one I'm going to show is an abridged one, but you can find the full theme by watching a vacation video from Hilton Head in 2014, since that was the only set of videos that I was able to use that reggae remix. I haven't used that theme since, but definitely look forward to hearing it again in a future summer video. Another variation I created is very acoustic and folk-like. Instrumentation for this is electric guitar playing the main melody, layered with an acoustic guitar playing arpeggios underneath it. There's also a triangle, drum kit, and claps. To me, I can imagine this being played around a campfire having fellowship with the other campers. It was first heard in my 2017 trip to Hilton Head, and subsequently my current Let's Play of Miitopia, which, by the way, Season 4 is coming up in less than 2 weeks on Saturday, July 28th at 8/7 Central. But anyway, enjoy this variation. I'm sure we have heard of the phrase, Christmas in July, right? Well, here is a winter variation of my theme with prominent sleigh bells, a jazz drum kit, bass, and bright-sounding chimes that carries the main melody. The final variation is my latest one, and this one I'm particularly proud of. This is a variation that harkens back to the TV sitcom openings of the late 1970s and early 80s. These days we don't see TV themes that remind people of a simpler time, and I think this version brings back that vibe. It's one of those themes where I can see a family dropping everything that they're doing to gather around the TV, or in this case a computer screen or whatever, and watching the latest from Game Boy TV. The soprano sax in this one could not have been a more perfect instrument to carry the melody. Once again, take a listen. If there is one thing that I would like people to remember Game Boy TV for, is that it is a channel that has an original theme composed and arranged from bottom to top. It's so catchy that I can see people who are fans of the channel to have the song stuck in their head. And one day when I upgrade all my equipment, there will be clearer and cleaner versions of all these songs. So, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and stick around for more videos as we celebrate the beginning of Season 8 of Game Boy TV programming.